So this is a leg strengthening routine to help people who use a walker improve their walking speed and balance. The types of people who I've seen benefit from this kind of routine are people who've had recent surgery, people who've had a condition that led them to lose a lot of strength in the legs, or people who've just been inactive for a bit too long. I'm going to do this in a way where you can follow along right now, because the best way to learn is by doing. And by the end of it, you would have done a nice workout and you'll be feeling good for the rest of the day. So just before we get started, make sure you've spoken to your doctor or your physiotherapist to make sure you're safe for exercise. So we're going to start things off with marching on the spot. So you're just going to lift your knees up, you're going to alternate from left to right. The only equipment you're going to be needing for today is your walker and the chair behind you. Make sure you lock your brakes right now if it's not already. Hold on to the walker as much as you need to. This is just a little bit of something to get us moving. Lift your feet up off the ground up to where you're comfortable. If you're feeling really good, you can lift your knees up nice and high. This is imitating what it's like when we're walking, but it's easier and safer because we don't have to push ourselves through the floor. So we're going to take a quick break and I'll just show you what we're going to do next while you're having this break. The next exercise is your calf raises. If you see my previous videos, I guess these are my go-to exercises just to get warmed up. You're going to just lift your heels off the ground and you're going to come back down. On the way up, you can come up quickly, but on the way down, definitely try to slow things down. For some people, I try to get them to count for 3 seconds on the way down, just to emphasize this lowering part of the exercise is the thing that gets you stronger around the back of the legs. This really helps to build up the calf muscles and also improve the stability in our ankles, which is so helpful for our walking. Remember to try to get up as high as you can. We're going to have a 20-second break, but if you need to take any longer breaks, just feel free to do so and just pause the video. The next exercise we're going to do is called the split stance. You're just going to put one leg in front of the other and we're going to try to balance. So try to bring back one of your legs behind you as much as you comfortably can. You might have to bring your walker forward a little bit so you've got space behind you and the chair. So when you're ready, you're going to get into position, keep holding the walker, and when you feel like you've got your balance, you can slowly let go one hand at a time. Make sure you keep hovering your hands over the handlebars just to make sure you're safe. So you're going to hold this position for about 10 seconds and then switch over to the other side. This will help you get more comfortable with taking bigger steps. People who don't take big steps actually spend a lot more energy walking, and they're also at a higher risk of falling. If you want a bit more challenge, you can turn your head side to side. You can also just take a few deep breaths while in this position. Okay, take a quick break. For the next exercise, we're going to be putting our feet together. When we put our feet together, our sense of balance gets more challenged. Once you've got your feet together, try to let go of the handlebars of your walker, then try to maintain this position for as long as you can. Okay, we're going to give this one a go. It's a nice and easy exercise to start off with, but for some people this is actually challenging. If this is something that's easy for you, then you can turn your head side to side. That makes it more challenging, or you can even do this with one eye closed or two eyes closed. That makes it very challenging, even for people who've got decent balance already. If you've made it this far, I'd love to hear what you're actually thinking about this video right now. Is it good? Is it bad? What can I do to improve my next video for you? I read and respond to every comment that I get, and I'm really grateful when I do get those. Feel free to pause the video and just write a comment. And I'm just going to show you the next exercise, which is just backward kicking. So with this one, you're going to keep your knees nice and straight and you're going to kick backwards. So a lot of people bend their knee as they kick back. If you keep your knees straight, you actually target more of your hip muscles, and these hip muscles are the ones that actually help move you forward as you walk. So you're just going to alternate between your left side and your right side. If you can gently tap the chair behind you, that's a good sign, but also definitely maintain your balance on the leg that you're standing on. If you notice your walker moving forward, you might be pushing the walker too much, or you might need to stand closer inside of the walker. If you feel this in the back of the hips, that's exactly where you're supposed to feel it. Just keep focusing on keeping those knees straight. So we'll have another break over here. If you're enjoying this so far and you feel like you're learning something, you feel like this is going to help you walk better, then feel free to subscribe so that you can see more similar videos like this in the future. The next one is sideways tapping. Because you have to avoid the wheels on your walker, you have to kick backwards and to the side. So you're sort of kicking diagonally. And this is similar to the previous exercise, but instead of kicking straight back, you're kicking diagonally. If you're not feeling confident, you can tap the floor with your toe as you kick sideways. But if you are, you can kick to the side and let your feet stay in the air. Again, you're just going to alternate side to side. This is really good for when you're walking and you have to change directions pretty quickly. It's also good as a practice to turn around in the spot, kind of like if you're turning around to go into the toilet or turning around to sit down somewhere. So the last exercise is another back kick, but instead of keeping the legs straight as you kick back, you're going to bend your knee. As you bend your knee, try not to let your knees go forward. Think about trying to kick the chair behind you, and if you try to kick it with your knees going forward, then you do miss that chair. This works on the hamstrings, which is the muscles in the back of the thighs. Sometimes this exercise can get a little bit tricky, but if you're kicking backwards and you're feeling the chair behind you with your foot, then you're in the right track. So this is the last exercise for the video, but if you're feeling good and you want to do more, just feel free to repeat this video and just watch it over twice. Instead of a 7-minute workout, then you're going to get a 15-minute workout. But again, if you're just getting started, 7 minutes of exercise is enough. The aim is to be able to do this routine twice over. Start by doing it every other day, then progress to every day if you can. Congratulations for making it this far. Now just ask yourself, how do you feel? Sometimes reflecting on how we feel after we do a certain challenging thing can be really rewarding, and it helps encourage us to keep doing this so that we build a habit and we end up becoming more active more easily.